Good afternoon, good evening, Video DJ Dre back in the lab, and today I'm doing my year-end 2025 DJ studio setup. Now I know it's not quite the end of the year yet, but this is going to be my final DJ setup review of this year. If you've been checking out my channel, you know I've been on for about a little over a year now, about a year and a half. So I'm still new to the whole YouTube experience. Of course, I've been DJing all my life and I love DJing. And as I got older, I DJ'd a little bit less. I used to DJ in the clubs. I used to do a lot of concert venues. And you know, as you age a little bit, you kind of age yourself out of the game. Not totally. I'm not saying that age will put you out of the DJ game, but as you get older, the younger guys come in, starting to take your place, and you don't have the same energy that you used to have to be traveling all over the place and doing all these certain gigs. But I found a little over a year ago that YouTube was the perfect place for me to not only showcase my talent, but to just do what I love to do, and that's DJing, man, and actually reach more people than I've ever reached in my entire DJing career. So if anybody out there watching, any new DJs out there watching, or any DJs is just thinking about starting a YouTube channel, man, this was one of the best decisions as far as music that I have ever made in my DJing career, because I've been able to touch so many people. I've been able to reach people across the world that I would have never been able to reach just DJing in my own community, in my own area, in my own state, or even moving around state to state. YouTube has given me the opportunity to DJ to the entire world. And I love it. And I love the response that I get back from you guys and girls out there that encourage me to keep moving forward. So today, I'm just going to give y'all my overview of my equipment, what I'm using now in the studio to bring y'all my DJ mixes, to bring y'all my DJ reviews. Now, I didn't always start out with all this equipment, of course. When I started out about a year or so ago, and you can probably actually go back and look at that video, I had less equipment. I only had one camera. I was using my iPhone as my main camera, and I was using my computer with OBS to edit my videos and to bring live streams to you. Now I've kind of evolved over time, kind of fell in love and kind of got addicted to this whole YouTube experience, and I started purchasing more equipment to better improve my whole YouTube experience, to better improve the experience or the material that I was actually bringing to you. And one thing that I noticed watching you guys out there, other DJ channels, other channels in general, man, quality is everything on YouTube. It's very competitive out here, not just the DJ game in general, but in life. Life is a competition. It's very competitive. And if you want to compete and be amongst the best or some of the best, you got to try to upgrade, or you got to try to improve your skill level, improve your equipment. You got to try to improve yourself and keep evolving to get better. So, and as I watch other people's videos, I notice how good the music sound. I notice how quality the videos look. And I just started to say, hey, I need to invest a little bit more in my channel, you know, to improve my subscriptions, to improve my watch times, to get all of that up. And now, about a year and a half in, I'm satisfied with the progress that my channel has made. I've became a partner with YouTube. My channel is monetized. I've gotten brand deals from several different companies now. Brand deals started coming in about 4 months ago. These microphones that I'm speaking on now were gifted to me from companies. All I had to do was do a review on their microphones or their equipment, and they gifted it to me. I have audio interfaces that was gifted to me, even cameras that was gifted to me through brand deals through YouTube. So it's definitely been a blessing to showcase my talent on YouTube and actually be rewarded for it. So we're gonna get right into this setup. As you can see right here, I'm talking to you from my main camera in the front, and that camera right there is my FX30. I actually have it mounted on the glass right there in front of me so that I can get that front camera angle. That's a Cinema Cam, the FX30 camera, and the mount that you see it mounted on, I actually got that off of Amazon. I'll put the mount down in the description. I'll put everything in the description, and actually what you see in this particular video, all of the equipment that I'm showing you, I will put it all in the description. So that's my main front camera right there. Then I have my overhead cam, which I'll show you right there. That's giving you the overhead view. And that's this camera right up here. That is also a Sony camera. And I will tell you exactly what camera that is. That's a less expensive Sony camera. That one there is about $500, I believe. And it gives you a good picture, you know. It's a nice overhead. I didn't want to spend as much as the overhead camera. Couldn't afford to spend as much on that one. So that's one of Sony's less expensive cameras that give you a pretty good quality view. The Sony FX30, if you guys out there know about Sony cameras, that's their baseline cinema camera. This is going to run you about $1,800 for that camera. And then once you start getting into lenses, you're going to be a little bit over $2,000. And over here, I got a third camera over here on this side, and this camera right here is mine. I'm gonna switch camera views so you can actually see it. That camera that you see me talking on right there, that's also a Sony, and that's their EV line. I think that's the EV2 line, and those run about $1,000, $1,100, and they give you excellent HD quality, you know, 4K if you choose to, quality pictures. Once I got the cameras, I realized that, you know, taking pictures is not just about the camera. You got to get certain lenses. So because I'm so close to my actual camera right there, that camera's mounted on the glass right in front of me. Because I was so close, the original lens that came with the camera wasn't capturing this whole view that you see here. It was only capturing a small amount because it wasn't far enough back. And my studio is not that big. So I had to go out and purchase a wide angle camera lens just to capture the site that you see here. And that can run you another $300, $400, $500, $600 and up for a good wide angle lens. So it's not cheap. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to really invest in some top notch camera equipment, it can get a little pricey, but I will say this, the iPhone camera that I started out with had an excellent picture, and I was using the iPhone, I think I was using maybe the 14, I think, a 14 Pro. Right now, I think they got the 17 out, and their cameras are excellent. So if you have an iPhone, you can get just as good as a quality picture that you're seeing here on this particular Sony FX30. And another thing that I want to say about the cameras, the cameras run into video editing programs, or they run into your computer or some type of software that you might be editing with. Well, now I use over here to process my video is this rolling direct streaming AV mixer right here. Now, that's where I run all of my cameras into. And that particular rolling mixer only goes up to 1080. Only goes up to 1080p quality. You can't get 4K. So even though your camera may shoot 4K, that rolling will not produce a 4K output. It will dumb it down to 1080. Now, 1080 looks good. If you look at some of my videos and you look at a lot of other videos, 1080 will do the job, and 1080 does look good. And 1080 takes a lot less memory on your computer when you start getting into editing. So I don't have a problem with that. If you want to boost up and get a rolling video mixer that does 4K, you're going to spend a little pretty penny for that one. This particular rolling mixer right here, it's in the ballpark range of about $800, somewhere around $900 for that particular rolling mixer. Now, if you want to get into 4K video mixing, you're going to start at about $3,000 for a mixer that can process 4K. So I'm perfectly fine with the 1080. Okay, now we're going to go to my DJ equipment, because this is what this is. This is a DJ equipment setup review. Up front here, you see I have my Rane MK2s. These are the first decks that I use, and I still use them. I still love them. And I got them paired with my Pioneer DJ-M S9. Old school mixer, but definitely does the job. And I love that setup. It's a clean setup. It's a sharp setup. If you're an old school DJ like myself and you like those turntables, man, you cannot go wrong with a pair of Rane MK12s. You can't go wrong with those if you like spinning platters. Up top here, I got a few computers that I DJ with. That's an Apple Air. And I also have another Apple Air over there that I use to edit with. Now, it's very important as you get further into your YouTube DJ or YouTube video streaming life, you know, you really don't want to be DJing on the same computers that you're processing with, because the video processing takes up a lot of memory and you don't want your computers to be lagging on your DJ set. So I purchased a separate computer just for video editing. Same MacBook Air, but I only use that one now for video editing. I used to use it for OBS, but since I'm using my rolling streamer, AV streamer, now I only use that particular computer there for video editing. Okay, now we're going to go over to the other side, and over here I have a Windows computer, a Microsoft Surface computer. That particular computer there is used for streaming and editing, but mainly for TikTok. TikTok does not allow you to use Mac yet. For some reason, they ain't caught up to the Mac, the OS programs yet. I'm an Apple user. I love Mac, but if you want to stream on TikTok and use your computer, you got to go out and get you a Windows computer as of the date of this video. And that's the computer that I use when I'm streaming on TikTok, when I'm doing any type of editing there. So it's always good to have a Windows computer, you know, laying around to the side. I didn't actually purchase that computer for this particular live stream. I already had that computer. I was using it, and it came in handy when I realized that TikTok did not use Windows. Below that computer here, I have one of my beat machines. You know, I like producing. I like making beats. I've always tried to incorporate my beat production into my DJ sets. I'm starting to do that a little bit more, but, you know, I haven't really dived deep into it yet because I'm so busy doing so many other things. But I will be introducing that or bringing you a lot more beats to my production. That right there is a Roland Versalab MV1. I love that beat machine. Very useful. Very good, man. I'm not going to get into details of it, but that's just one of the pieces that I use for my streaming. Up here, my microphones that I'm using. This microphone right here is a fine microphone, and that is the Tank. I believe that's the Tank 1. The Tank 1, I believe, right there. That there is a pretty good microphone. Fine contacted me to review their products, and they gifted me the 3 microphones that you see here. That's the Tank 1. This one right here is the Tank 3. The Tank 3, I believe that's the Tank 3. And no. This is the Tank 6. I'm sorry. This is the Tank 6. And over here you have the Tank 3. A couple of these are USB and XLR microphones. And the one in the back there is just XLR. But those Tank microphones are excellent microphones. As you can see, I'm using them now as a part of my DJ set. I used to use the Shure microphones. I have one over here. These expensive $400 Shure microphones. is what I used to use. They're excellent microphones, don't get me wrong, but Shure hasn't sent me anything to do any reviews. They haven't sent me any products. So I like to advertise the companies that's going to support me. I like to support them back and use their products in my videos, especially if they're quality. And these are quality microphones. They do sound good. On my hat here, I got a Rode microphone. I'm using the Rode microphone system, wireless system. I can show you right here in this box. I did purchase this for my live stream. These are excellent. They come in a little case. Come in a little case right there. And these are wireless microphones. I have one connected to my hat. If you can see it right there, that microphone that's on my hat. Wireless, of course, and I like to use that whenever I want to be hands-free without the microphone. Now, the Rode system also comes with a handheld device where you can carry around their microphones. This is one of them right here, and you can actually clip these microphones right onto this. Let me see how that works. You clip that microphone right there. You can see it. You clip it onto this little case right here, and then you put the foam cover over it, and you pretty much have you a handheld cordless microphone. I really like this when I'm having guests in the building. If we're doing podcasts next door, I really like these wireless Rode microphones. They definitely come in handy. All right. Next over here to this side, we have your Rode. Since I'm talking about Rodes, this is the Rode Podcaster Pro. That is where all my sound is coming into right there. That's where I process my sound that comes out to you guys. My sound goes into the Rode first, and then it comes back into the Roland before it hits you guys out there. Why do I have two of those? Well, I first got the Roland when I kind of early in my live streaming career. I pretty much got that one, and I love how that worked. I love how it sounded, and it also hooks up to these wireless microphones as well. Now, I was using OBS at the time that I had the Roland. As I got further into DJing and I was introduced to the, I think I said Roland, I was using the Rode system. I was using the Rode Podcaster system along with OBS on my computer. And it worked out great for a good amount of time. But one thing I didn't like about OBS is that the audio quality never synced up perfectly. It seemed like I always had to tweak the audio. You know, if you guys are out there, if you got your own podcast or you're doing your own YouTube channel, you know that video takes a little bit more time to process than audio. So you got to mash the two up so your lips are synced up together. Using OBS gave me headaches on top of headaches trying to get my lips synced up. I would get it perfect for one video, then I would go to the next video and it would be off a little bit, and I could not figure out why. I kind of figured it was probably processing power. If I was doing too much with my computer, the processing might have lagged a little bit. So I always had to tweak that back and forth. When I was introduced to the Roland AV streaming mixer, that is the SR20 HD, that solved all those problems. I never had to tweak audio and video anymore, man. All I had to do was plug my cameras into that, and boom, the lips synced up every time perfectly. I didn't have to go in and do no minus 20 centimeters or this, that, and the other. It always linked up. So I love that Roland streaming mixer. Definitely, I advise anybody out there that's starting a YouTube channel to definitely get you one of those. You don't even need the Rode system. You don't even need the Rode Podcaster system. All you need is this particular mixer right here. It has enough channels on it to bring multiple cameras in, multiple microphones in, and you can do everything. I'm only using both of them because I got both of them. And I had everything in my studio routed to that Rode, so I didn't want to unroute all that. I just simply sent the output from my Rode Podcaster right into the input of my rolling video mixer, and then it shoots out to you guys. All right, in front of you right here is my latest purchase, and this is my baby that I mix on the most with. This is the Rane MK2, the latest Rane. I guess it's been out for maybe a couple of months now. And, you know, of course, with the stems out, I love this mixer. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I used to have the Hercules. That was a nice set too, but the Hercules just do not compare with the Rane. It's not as durable, doesn't have as many features as far as stems is concerned, as far as effects is concerned. This baby right here is a powerhouse. I'm not going to go into a detailed review of it, but this was my latest purchase of my DJ streaming setup. And up here, I'm using DJ, the program DJ Algorithms DJ. That's the program that I use to DJ with now. I came over from Serato and I switched over to DJ because, first of all, I love how DJ works. I love the layout. I love how it syncs up with everything. You know, I like to use my beat machine and all of this, and it syncs up perfectly with my beat machine over here, my Kaya MPC-1 Plus. When I'm producing beats on the fly, you know, I can sync all this up together and everything will be on tune on the fly. And even when I'm not using sync, I can beat match just by turning this button and everything will still be on sync. Because some songs, you know, you can't use the sync button. Everything, DJs out there know you just can't use sync for everything when you're DJing, because sometimes the computer want to sync, you know, a half beat instead of on the one, and it kind of confuses the computer a little bit. So sometimes you got to turn sync off. But even turning sync off using the Akaya beat machine, you can easily, you know, use this button right here, turn it to the actual BPM that you are playing on your decks, and you can still make beats on the fly and produce and be on point and be on sync. So that's one reason why I love that too. Right here in the middle here is an iPad, and that right there is a remote program that controls my cameras. It's one thing I love about that rolling video streamer over there, is because it has this iPad remote, and all you have to do is just hook it up, switch cameras with the touch of a button. I can go to my overhead view with the touch of a button, and I can also go to my other camera view right here where it shows the overhead and my DJ turntables, and I can go to my side camera over here, which is one thing I love about this rolling video mixer, man. You can hook up multiple cameras to it, and you can control them via remote. So this pretty much is my video live stream setup. I know I didn't go into great detail on everything and how it works, but I pretty much just wanted to give you an overview of what I'm using now versus what I used to use. Now, trust me, if you're watching this and you're a new DJ, you do not have to go all out this far. And you can go even much farther than this. I just happen to love what I'm doing. I got addicted to it. I love trying to bring the best content and the best possible quality that I can to you people out here. And it's just been a joy for me to get into this YouTube, hear the responses and the feedback that I get from the people, and actually make some money. You know, once you become monetized, the more you put into this, the more money that you can actually make. And also, I've invested in these USB cassettes. Got this from a guy off of YouTube. It's not my creation, you know. I wasn't even smart enough to think of this, but I seen another DJ on YouTube that had these USB cassettes. And what it is pretty much is a USB thumb drive. Looks like a cassette, but you can sell these to your viewers on YouTube. And since I started this, I have sold a boatload of these USB cassettes, you know. So that's definitely another way to make money on YouTube, you know, doing reviews on other products, having sponsorships deals, and actually selling your USB CDs, because of course you all know you cannot monetize a DJ mix because it has copyrighted material in it. But you can sell your DJ mixes to your customers or to your viewers out there if they love what you're doing and they want to support you. So if you're a DJ out there, I definitely encourage you to cop these USB cassettes. You don't even have to get a cassette. They sell all type of versions of USB thumb drives. I just like the way the cassette looks related to music. It's old school, so I just like that. So once again, hey, this is my 2025 DJ setup right here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do, and I hope I can continue to bring you guys positive, good, high quality content in the years to come. So once again, hey, if you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscription button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out my mixes that come out weekly, and also purchase some mixes, and also purchase some t-shirts. I also sell artist t-shirts as well on my website. The links will be down below, and everything that you see here in my 2025 DJ review live stream setup will also be posted below in the description. Everything might not be posted right away, but in due time, I will get everything listed. So once again, I want to thank y'all for checking me out. Video DJ Dre in the building. Make sure you see me in the next video. Peace.